Hello, my audio got messed up, so this is me. After filming, I am going to do a quick clipper cut on my husband Bradley and explain to you what I've done. This is great for if you want to cut your son's hair or your husband or whoever you want. So I am using my Wall Designer clippers, and I'm explaining about clippers and how the different guard sizes go from a 0, which is nothing on the guard, and then it has all the way up until an 8. So 0 is smallest, 8 is biggest, and you can use that little switch and make the 0 become a half. So each of your sizes can become a half size. So I'm going to use a number 1, which is with a 1/8 of an inch, and then put it on my clipper and make sure my clipper is onto the 0 setting, if that makes sense. So you can use whatever size guards you want on your clipper. We are going for the shortest guard. So I'm showing you how to hold the clipper, and you kind of want your wrist loose, and you're going to scoop up into the hair and clip it off, I guess. When you're using the clippers, it's okay to go over the spot more than one time. I find that it helps to really get all the hairs and you don't miss anything, especially if the hair texture is curly. You can move the clippers in a lot of different directions in the same spot to make sure to get all the hairs. I'm really sorry I'm covering the camera with my hair, but I'm just going around his ear at this point. Isn't it beautiful? Now I'm just doing the same thing over the other ear. And now that we've shaved all along the back of the nape of the neck and around the ears, we are now going to start gradually getting longer. So I'm going to move my number 1 into a 1.5 by that handy little trick that I showed you in the beginning of the video. Then you're going to feather along the edges that you did, kind of just to bring it from a number 1 clipper cut, and now you're going to gradually get it longer into a number 2. So I sped up this part so you don't get bored to tears watching me cut hair. And then you're going to move the clippers back to a 0 and put a number 2 on there, and you are going to cut up the head some more. The hair, I guess. Don't cut their head, just their hair. Then once again, you're going to move it to a half size up, so it's a number 2.5 now, and you're going to feather across what you just did just to blend any harsh lines. So again, you're going to be using that scooping motion to feather everything up. And I sped up this part again so you're not bored out of your mind. I like to blow the hair away so he's not itchy for the whole appointment. You can use a towel for that as well. And at this point I like to go ahead and do all the edges of the hair before we get the top part wet. So everything's dry, we can get a cleaner line. I use this Wall Detailer. The benefit of a trimmer is it just gets a closer shave compared to clippers. So you're going to have them be upside down, and you're going to carve out a line. He likes a square. You can round the edges. It's up to the person. And then you just carve it out, I guess. I don't know the right term. Although I probably should know the right term. But you can also use your regular clippers for this part. It's not needed that you use trimmers. It just gets closer with a trimmer than a clipper. Then you can flip the clippers right side up and get all the peach fuzzies on the side of the neck and the back of the neck. And then to go around the ear, you're just going to flip their ear to the down, and then you're going to use the corner of your trimmers to go around the ear. It was very weird for me at first to do this on people because you practice on a mannequin at beauty school and they don't really have ears that fold down, but you can touch people's ear and get really in there and get all the long hairs. And then for the front of the ear, you just pull the ear down and get it tight so you can get right in there and get all those hairs. So these are my shears, and the proper way to hold them is with your ring finger in the hole and your pinky rests on the little pinky rest. It helps your wrists and it helps you get cleaner lines as you go. So we are going to wet down the top of the hair, and then you comb it back. This is sped up, don't hurt your people. Okay, and then you're going to get the front section of the hair and decide how long you want to cut it. So a lot of people want your fingers all the way down onto the head. That's called finger length, but I like Bradley's hair a little bit longer. So you're just gonna grab the section and cut it. And I'm very, very sorry about the angle of the camera and you can't really see what I'm doing. I'm gonna try my best to explain. So the piece that you cut in the front, you're gonna bring it back more and grab more hair, and then you can bend down the hairs like you can see in the video, and you can see where you previously cut. So that's your guide. So you're going to cut the hair to match it, I guess. I hope I'm explaining things beautifully, but probably not. And then you're going to continue and do that. So you have your guide, you bring it back and add more hair. You check where your guide is and cut the hair to that. And continue on. So you can kind of see it a little better. I don't know. I feel bad about this angle, but it's too late. I already cut his hair. And so for this part, you're going to section the hair downward. And so you can see there's where your clipper was cut, and there's where you cut it with the scissors. So you're going to cut a line to connect those two. And then I kind of bring it back just a little bit, and there's always a little corner that you kind of round off. And you're going to just do that and work your way around the whole head, taking those vertical sections. So again, you can see where the clipper was cut to the scissors, and then you match that. So those are called your guides, what you cut and down the middle of the hair. Alright, there's the clippers, there's where your scissors were, and you're going to cut in between. I think you get the point now. I'm just rambling on and on and on. Isn't this so fun? So I decided not to speed up this part just because people get confused about it. I want to make sure you understand exactly what I'm doing. And then now I sped it up, apparently. I talked too soon during this voiceover. Okay, I'm not the best at these videos, but I'm trying real hard to educate my peeps. Oh, so this part I'm talking about the comb. You never want to put your comb down. It gets kind of weird at first, but you can just put your comb into your thumb, and that's where you hold it as you cut. And I don't know how to explain it better than that. It just makes you go a lot faster. So for these front pieces, instead of going directly vertically down, I'm bringing it forward because of his hairline, and we are cutting it kind of forward, just so there's no holes or missing pieces in his hair. Isn't my husband such a trooper? He's so shy, but I'm so glad he let me film on him. Now you're just gonna double check everything. There's always a teeny corner, I find, for me at least. I have to go and cut those little corners. And here's the other side sped up. So Bradley, my husband, the whole time we've been together, he's had long hair, like ponytail length hair, and he got a new job, and he prefers it short now to look professional. I'm a little bit sad, but he's hot. So what I'm doing here is I'm double checking. So we cut the hair this way, so we are going to go and double check it the opposite way and just make sure everything connects to each other and you have the clean lines in there. And again, I blow the hair off. You can use a towel and wipe it. It's just so they're not uncomfortable the whole time. And so right here I'm explaining that where I went from a 1 to a 2, I need to blend that line a little bit more, and plus where you scissor cut to where the clipper cut is, you need to blend that again. So I'll show you how I do that. You can either use the comb and bevel the comb, and then you point cut with the scissors, but this takes a long time to do, so I don't prefer that method. So I'm going to use my clippers. So make sure your clippers are on a 0, and you're going to kind of fluff up the hair with the clippers. I don't know exactly how to explain this, but you're going to bevel the comb, and you barely take any hair, and you just go through on that harsh line, and you go up and cut it, I guess. I don't know. You can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm not very good at explaining things. Why do I do these videos? I have no idea. But it's fun to me, and so that's all that matters. So if you watch them, thank you. But I just fluff up the hair with the comb and the clippers. With these front pieces, you pull them forward and kind of get a good line there. So you're just barely taking the ends of the hairs off, just to blend it. I don't know what more I can say about that, so hopefully you get it. So here's a little history that no one asked for. Bradley and I met at Subway when I was 17. I was going through beauty school, and then we started dating a few years later, and we got married. Bradley used to work for a company that built a sod harvester, so I also worked there at the beginning of our marriage in electrical assembly. That was a lot of fun. So Bradley and I, we work well together. I really enjoy having him in my life. But now Bradley works for a school district in IT, and I am a full-time mom and part-time hairdresser. Party on. So the last step that I take is my texturizing shears. I'm sure that you could get a cheapo type at Walmart or places like that, but mine are the super fancy kind. But you're just gonna work up the hair with your texturizing shears and have them parallel with the comb as you work up the hair. This helps blend everything so there's no lines. And don't be too hard on yourself if not everything is perfectly blended. You literally just have to give a clipper cut like 3 days of growth and everything blends just fine. So I just work up the hair with this, and then you blow all the hair off and blow dry his hair. So nice. He's looking sharp, isn't he, ladies? He's very shy to be on my video. And then I go in with my favorite product, the dry texture spray. I use it even on Bradley, and Bradley loves it too. I don't know if he loves it or just uses it for me, but I just like it. It gives it a nice hold without looking greasy. And so that is it. I cut my head off for the last part of the video when I explain that you can like and subscribe to my channel on YouTube right here, and you can also like or go and follow my Instagram, because I don't know, Instagram is so fun to me. It's my favorite. So I am Mrs. Kimmy Fowler on Instagram. Thanks for watching. Love you. Bye.